You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!
All right, yo, man, 15 Minutes of Fame.
Yeah.
Attitude Era Podcast.
Sir, the official.
The first ever.
Some other niggas out there, but they ain't us. Exactly. Some London niggas out there. They ain't us. We on them.
Well, yo, we just wrapped up the first all wrestling bar battle. Can we say that?
No, that I know of.
Okay.
Cause you know how these niggas are. The nigga in his basement jumping off his roof. Yo, DNA, man, I think this shit take.
Hey, look, it's
As
about.
far as I know, in terms of high stature, this the first ever all wrestling bars battle.
And this is going. This interview is going to be on 15 Minutes of Fame, so it'll be.
Yeah, what's that? Over 200,000 subscribers.
Official.
Nice.
It'll
Yeah, before we
be
start out,
solidified.
let's shout out who shot this in high def.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Get money, drink water, man. Shout out to the bros.
First, Saga, and what was your name? Don Marino, my nigga. What up? And first, you said these brothers pretty much doing you a favor, which is they went crazy.
Absolutely. Now, you know when you get favor,
Yeah.
you go, all right, man, I know what I gave you.
I'm going to give you these throwaways that I
Now,
had.
what you going to give me?
Right.
But what they delivered, I said, okay, y'all did me a favor. Y'all did me a favor. But no, shout out to Z, shout out to Warren, because, you know what I mean, actually, you know me, I try not to taint battle rap, you know, because Z's a battle rapper, but I'm saying being in it, as long as I've been in it, I don't try to exploit it. So at first, I was a little apprehensive on this idea, because I'm like, yo, I don't want to battle rap, you know, it holds a special place in my heart. And Warren and Z was like, nah, I'm telling you, all wrestling bars. I'm like, as long as it still keeps that feel. But now after seeing this is a real battle, you know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean? I just, 100%. Like, you know what I mean? I was even going to enter myself as the #1 contender after seeing them. I'm going to continue. You know what I mean? I watch wrestling, but yeah.
They set the bar high. They set the bar high. So, and I'm not even a wrestling fan, but I was enjoying myself. So, yeah, a lot of the shit was fire.
It's so many moves that go with wrestling that you can add into the bars that don't just make it like, oh, it's a wrestling battle. Nah, and even if you don't watch hardcore wrestling, you could digest a lot of the things they were saying because you've seen the moves. You even seen it on a clip on Instagram. You watched it as a kid. So that's what I liked. I like that they brought it to life. Like, we're not just hearing references about wrestlers or matches. We hearing moves. We hearing things that can make people get engaged. Like, oh, I want to see an all wrestling bars battle. You feel me? And the reason why I also said it is because they already battled. So I mean, shout out to URL. You know what I mean? I had this idea before light work, but you know, it kind of mirrors where, you know what I mean? In light work, you can see DNA and Arsenal for a third time. Right. So here you can see Saga and Don for a second time. DNA and Don, because I'm never gonna battle him for real. DNA and Saga, I might. but y'all get the point of what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, it's battles that you ain't used to get, you ain't seeing. We want chess out here. You know what I mean? We want real deal out here. I mean, I'm hearing opera. I'm not gonna be a nigga that just jump behind, but they said he. You know what I mean? So anybody that really watches wrestling that can put that shit together, you know what I mean? We're not gonna have you do it for free, but you know we are just getting started. So if you can look out, you can. If you can't, maybe we'll get to you. We going to the top. But, you know what I mean? We don't get you now. We'll get you later. Or we might not get you at all.
Now this was put together enough for you. All right, talking to these two guys now. Now this was put together because both of y'all have been known to do a lot of wrestling bars in your battles. Yeah. What did
bar king, man.
You are? Well, it's going to be on Caffeine, right? And that's going to determine who the wrestling bar king is.
Tune in live for this one. It's a special one. It's going to be a special one, for real.
Yeah, me and Saga always go back and forth, like, who had the better wrestling bars. Like, he'll say his one, I'll say my one, we go back to back. And then it's just, so at this point, we're like, fuck it, let's see what happens.
How hard was it for each of y'all to come up with these rounds knowing that you've done countless wrestling bars already?
It was tricky. It was tricky at first, just because like me and him battled already, right?
Yeah.
And that was a crazy battle on the app. They got me winning the reactions. They got him winning the votes on the.
You gotta throw that in there.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to show. Hear me out though. But that's how good that battle was. They gave me reaction. They gave him the votes. It was a good battle. 100K the first day it dropped on YouTube, and as before it went on the app. So doing this again was like, okay, now we get to show who really is like the better wrestling bar. So it was more of a competitive nature on that. Now you get personal, because we want the wrestling fans to see that. Because we can talk about each other's careers or whatever, they're gonna be like, what's this?
Yeah.
We retain everything in wrestling. So that was the real like craft in it. Like, okay, how can I make this wrestling bar still hit for him, but not have to get lost in the transition? So that's what it was, man. It was more like just a creative process through the whole thing.
It was real easy, man. It was real easy, man. Like, I love writing wrestling bars. I do it every battle. Been doing this I got like almost like 60 battles.
Literally every battle?
Every battle. Like
Every battle?
Every battle.
Can you really say every battle you've had?
3 wrestling bars per battle. I don't care if it's big stage or little stage.
When I battled him, I hit him with 2 wrestling bars. I feel bad wrestling bars every battle, baby.
So like, you gave me the opportunity to like do something I already love to do, is like try to throw creativity into wrestling bars that I love to write. And it's just like, you don't gotta be personal. Just straight haymakers, good moments, and try to make it original. Try to make it something like, all right, they've never heard this jump before. They've never seen a wrestling back to back to back, and it still be haymakers, no crazy setups. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be a good time for me. So like, it was fun to do, man. It was dope. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be back soon, man. You know what I'm saying?
But shout out to the crowd.
A lot of talent.
Shout out to the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out to the
Nah,
crowd.
because everybody in the crowd, all these niggas, this is 20 plus years. Everybody in the crowd. So this is family that
All
we're
holding belts, man. Everybody holding belts. You know what
I
I'm
want
saying?
to thank y'all for the battle. That shit was very entertaining.
And I was honored to be here for the first ever.
Yeah, yo, Uncle Ron, I'm telling you right now, this wrestling, because people don't understand how much wrestling, whether you watch it or not, whether you think it's corny or not, this shit, the politics, everything that goes in it, it mirrors battle rap so much. And you know what I mean? It's like I just happen to be the human form to connect it, because I feel like it had to be connected regardless, because it's intertwined so much. You see them on wrestling trying to do it. You know what I mean? Shout out to them for seeing it, but it's like it's about time we get Don Marino walking out on an AEW promo. Yeah. Know what I mean? Saga. Yeah. Myself. And know what I mean? It's about time we do it the right way, because the connection is there. It's all acting, it's all performance, it's entertainment, the politics. We done seen wrestling matches where that shit is scripted. And even though our shit is not scripted, it still is. It's certain times you know, Uncle Rod, you just not beating this nigga right now, because the people's behind him. That's wrestling. Stone Cold, when he's on a run, he's walking away with the belt. The Rock is doing it. You know what I mean? Certain niggas in battle rap, you just know this nigga's not gonna win. Or we know we don't like this nigga. We hate this nigga. This nigga's fire. He's good, like myself. But we just, you know what I mean? They just hate. You know what I mean? For no apparent reason.
And let me make sure I point out that Mankind and Rey Mysterio helped you. So you didn't do this by yourself.
This is shout out to Charlie Clips. That's Boycon. Boycon over here. And
Have a nice day.
Yeah, and everybody hold the belts up, man. And that's another thing
So
too.
let's go into
This
this.
how
So you
serious
understand this, right?
you are about
but
this
look
shit.
how serious this shit is, right?
Yeah.
So this shit is signed by Sting. This is signed by Kevin Nash and by Bret Hart. And it's just past Saturday.
Just saw you do the
just
Lex
got it signed
Luger.
by Lex Luger. And,
Yeah.
and you know how I am. I'm very technical in my battles.
Yeah.
So this is not random signatures. All 4 of these gentlemen held this exact belt.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So then we got the Blue Eagle WWF belt. People know that. That's a rare one. This is the undisputed. Chris Jericho's the first undisputed champion. The green strap European. They got a black one. That's the red green strap. WCW tag team. Signed by Kevin Nash. We got the WWF World Tag Team signed by Road Dogg, and we got the Hardcore belt. You know what I mean?
Look like the hardcore belt been through a lot.
It did. You a hardcore champion. It did do some things. But stay tuned. You know what I mean? The podcast is on the URL app. We got the Conceited episode dropping this Friday. On the other side of things, we got the Devon Dudley episode dropping on YouTube, because it's a wrestling episode, so we want everybody to see it possible. And then we got more wrestling interviews on the way. So we working. We not limited to just wrestlers or just battle rappers. It's both. So, you know what I mean? We intertwine in both worlds, and hopefully one day we can make history again and do a first episode with a wrestler and a battle. I think that's gonna happen soon.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
A lot of wrestlers are fans of battle rap.
I noticed that.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Samoa Joe. Shout out to Big Shotty Lee. Shout out to Xavier Woods. You know what I mean? Like,
Shouts to Swerve.
shout out to Swerve City, Montezzi, Leo Rush.
Shout out to the Saga and Don Marino.
And that's just the wrestlers I know. The secret ones, pop out. We here.
Yeah, pop out.
We fans of
Pop out.
wrestling.
Next cast.
So now, I mean, let's get y'all on the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's get y'all engaged and vice versa. And tomorrow, when you dropping this?
Either tonight or tomorrow.
All right. Well, yeah. By the time they see this AEW event tomorrow, off the Ash Stadium, we in the building, man.
That's a fact.
So y'all gonna see more interviews. We gonna find out who else is a fan. We going backstage. We filtering it out. You watch battle rap? You watch? We gonna figure it out. But we here, man.
Attitude Era Podcast.
Yeah,
Hold them belts up, yeah.
We're ready.
we available.